Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Shawn Pourgol. I'm president of National Academy of Osteopathy, and today I want to speak with you about the new criteria extended health plan insurance companies use to delist and blacklist manual osteopaths. Obviously, everybody knows if you commit fraud, things that are generally known as fraud, you will get delisted or blacklisted by insurance companies, and even police can get involved, and any fraud against insurance companies is considered theft against them, and it has a jail term with it too if you're found guilty. That is common fact, and everybody knows that things. For example, if a patient has not come to see you but you bill for the treatment anyway, that is a fraud and theft against insurance companies. But there are a number of things that might not be so obvious as fraud, or might be considered unethical or questionable values, and these days insurance companies also use those to delist or blacklist manual osteopaths. Some of these have been going on for a long time. For example, for a long time, two-tiered billings is prohibited. It's actually a criminal matter, and it's considered theft against insurance companies. Two-tiered billing is when you charge patients who have extended health plan insurance coverage one fee, and the patients who pay cash another fee. For example, you charge insurance patients $150 per hour, and you charge cash patients $100 per hour. That's against the law and is considered theft, and is a criminal matter. So that has been going on for a while. The same with if an insurance company covers a portion of the patient's treatment fees, the patient is responsible to pay the remainder and must pay the difference. For example, if your fee is $100 an hour and insurance companies pays $80, the patient must pay the $20 that is the remainder. If you do not charge the patients that is considered a theft against insurance company as well. These have been going on for a long time, and most people know this, most manual osteopaths know this anyway. But recently, as recent as 2019, last year, insurance companies have changed the way they delist or blacklist manual osteopaths, and that's not based on obvious fraud and obvious things that are they're not permitted to do, but based on ethics and questionable business practices. And these can delist manual osteopaths as well. For example, one thing that insurance companies strongly go against it now, before it was not the case, is that your advertising. Before, it was very common for health professionals advertise that, hey, December is approaching, your health insurance renews in January, so it is time now to use your benefits as much as you can. This is now against the insurance company policies, and they will ask the patients, and they will check your advertising, your website, and so on. And if they see that you do that, they will blacklist you. They say that patients have to come to you for medical necessity, not to maximize the benefits they have. Then that means they don't come to you for medical reasons. They come to you just to use their benefit, and that is not a medically necessary treatment. So make sure you never mention. That's a big no-no from now on. Before you could, but not anymore. Another thing that before you could do it, but not anymore, is offering free gifts that are not medically necessary. For example, before you could give custom-made foot orthotics, and to entice patients to come and see your services, you could throw in a free pair of shoes. You no longer can do that. you are permitted to offer free items to patients only if it has medical necessity for the patient. For example, you give a custom-made foot orthotic to patient and you throw in a free pair of orthopedic shoes. Or if the patient has some kind of a leg problem, you also give a pair of support hose for the varicose vein, for example, or so on. Things that the patient needs medically. So you can offer free gifts, but it has to be based on medical necessity. And now they are using these to delist a number of health professionals. They have already done delisted chiropractors, physiotherapists, manual osteopaths, and so on. A new thing that has also emerged is for the insurance companies to get refund from health professionals. This did not happen before, but now they will pay you. For example, you offer treatments and they pay you. A few years later, they can come and ask you to prove the treatments you provided were medically necessary. If they can prove that the treatments you provided were not medically necessary, they can ask you to return the money. And there were cases that chiropractors were asked to return $30,000, $40,000. I heard some physiotherapists as well, and so on. So you have to document that the patient's coming for you for medical reason. Remember, insurance companies only pay if the patient is suffering from some health-related condition. They do not pay for relaxation, pleasurable, feel-good, prevention of injuries, or so on. It has to be a documented medical necessity for the patient. In this case, the extended health plan insurance will cover this treatment. So please make sure you follow this because otherwise you will get blacklisted by insurance companies, and then they won't cover the treatments you provide for patients. Having said that, coverage of manual osteopathic care by insurance companies is a recent phenomenon, and it is good. I'm grateful for that. And when you get patients, now my students, alumni of National Academy of Osteopathy, get covered by most insurance companies in Canada, and that is a good thing. But as you know, my students have annual gross income of $150,000 per year, which is $60,000 more than other manual osteopaths. One reason is that I urge my students to focus on cash patients. I'm grateful for insurance coverage of manual osteopathic care, but successful, wealthy manual osteopaths focus on cash patients. Most insurance companies cover a maximum of $100 per visit per hour of manual osteopathic care, up to a maximum of $500 per year. And most patients who have extended health plan coverage, once their insurance finish, they do not come back until the next year when their plan is renewed. But the cash patients, you can charge as much as you want. $140 is an average that our students charge, and they can come as often as they wish. Focusing on insurance coverage financially is not as lucrative as cash patients. And mostly the new graduate, those practitioners who are not self-confident, they focus on insurance patients. Practitioners who are good, who are self-confident, who know the value of their services, they focus on cash patients. They still accept insurance patients, but they focus on cash patients. What focusing on insurance patients has another negative thing with it, and that is because the insurance companies cover $100 per visit. Most manual osteopaths who focus on insurance insurance patients, they tend to charge around $100 per hour. Forgive me with these flies. In Florida, when I do videos, usually it's mosquitoes. Here in Spain, I'm in Spain now, is flies that always want to be part of my videos. Because I go to nature, and nature usually has a lot of insects flying around. So, manual osteopaths who focus on insurance patients, they generally charge about $100 an hour, and that financially decreases their income, while cash charging manual osteopaths who focus on cash patients, they charge usually $140. They usually always charge more than manual osteopaths who focus on insurance patients, and that brings more money for them. So enjoy insurance coverage. This is good. A while back, manual osteopathy was not covered by insurance companies in Canada. Now it is. Enjoy it, but accept insurance patients. But please do not focus that. If more than 50% of your patients are insurance patients, that is not a good practice. You have to make sure over 50% of your patients are cash paying patients. Remember, only 30% of the Canadian public have insurance coverage. So by focusing on insurance paying patients, you are focusing on only 30% of the population, and you're ignoring 70% who don't have insurance coverage. That's it for today. I hope wherever you are, you have a beautiful, happy, sunny day. I'm grateful to God for allowing me to see this beautiful Spain one more time. God bless. Thank you for watching this video. Namaste.